everyone, so this month I went to the Kilda Festival for the first time, which featured a lineup of free live music, food and market stalls, and plenty of activities to see and do. This festival has been going on for years, so I don't know why it never came up on my radar, but I think I would have enjoyed myself a lot more if I was also keen on the genre of music they performed, but overall I reckon it's a pretty decent event to go to for the weekend. Another big event that happened was Lunar Year or Chinese New Year, and that was hard not to miss. The temples across Melbourne were packed and everything was going on. The lion dancing with the loud drumming and clanging in the background, the explosions of the firecrackers happening every couple of minutes, and the amount of smoke from the incense sticks was filling every corner of my lung lobes. For me, it's one of the most busiest and loudest time of the year, with plenty of food and of course plenty of those lucky red pocket money. One of the most anticipated places I wanted to try for ages was Mrs. Marple's up in a small town of Olinda in the Dandenong Ranges. My friends and I came here after a long and torturous hike up the 1,000 steps, so we were more than happy enough to stuff ourselves with food straight after. This charmingly cozy restaurant has a pretty decent menu of British dishes and desserts, but its interior design was also a highlight and delight to experience, particularly the individually unique teapot sitting on the roof. As a starter, we had the chicken, asparagus and cheese bread fingers, already my favourite as I love anything with melted cheese on top. The cottage beef pie was very soft and tender with a mixture of beans and peas, and the quiche was surprisingly very soft and creamy with a thin crusty bottom and a touch of bacon. And for someone who doesn't really like quiches, I would love to order this again. For dessert, we had their famous scones, best eaten hot, so they're nice and fluffy, and the sundaes are huge with plenty of ice cream and a huge dollop of cream. February was also a month where I was craving yakitori, or Japanese chicken skewers, and I found two places in Melbourne that had that. Yokocho, which had a tender and tasty selection of skewers for their tasting platter, and Musashi Ramen and Izakaya Bar, which also has a nice selection of obviously ramen. Although the yakitori was not as tasty and tender as the ones in Yokocho, I did enjoy the dry ramen, which was mixed with a very nice and sweet soy sauce, tasting almost like the Japanese QP mayo. The soup ramen also had a very strong pork broth flavour. The Providore Swan Bay Farm is one of the many brunch places in the eastern suburbs, this one specifically in Bowen. I ordered the roast chicken sitting on a round bed of gnocchi a la romana with beans and veggies drizzled with a sweet teriyaki-like sauce. The meat was definitely tender and I really liked how the gnocchi soaked up the sauces. My friends ordered a very sweet but very pretty looking pile of crumpets with a pear and a honeycomb mascarpone on top, and a typical smashed avo toast with charred corn, goat's cheese and asparagus. The cafe also sells some of their own food products and pride themselves from sourcing their ingredients from their own Swan Bay farm and other ethical suppliers. If you like this video on my channel, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys next month for another foodie adventure. Bye!
Oh, thank you. It's really hot. I need to prepare myself.
Did you record?